So, my book club group started like any other. We were just a bunch of literary nerds who gathered every month to sip wine and dissect the latest bestseller. Everything was perfectly normal until Tim, our resident drama enthusiast, suggested we spice things up with live reenactments of key scenes. At first, we all laughed it off as one of Tim's usual eccentric ideas, but the more we drank, the more it started to sound like a great plan. Who wouldn't want to see Gary try to pull off Elizabeth Bennet's declaration of love in full Regency attire? Fast forward a few months, and our book club meetings had morphed into full-blown amateur theater productions. We were enthusiastically hamming it up in my living room, with mismatched costumes pulled from the depths of our wardrobes. Tim was in his element, directing us with the fervor of a Broadway director. It was all going hilariously well until the day the local theater troupe caught wind of our little performances. Apparently, one of their members was a neighbor who had overheard our dramatic renditions through the walls. Instead of mocking us, they approached us with an unexpected proposition. The theater troupe, who had been struggling with their own productions, asked if we could give them acting lessons. Now, imagine a group of bookworms trying to teach professional actors how to act. It was like asking a cat to teach a fish how to swim. But we agreed, partly out of flattery and partly because we couldn't resist the comedic potential of the situation. Suddenly, my living room was hosting the most bizarre acting workshop you could imagine, with Tim barking orders like a miniature Napoleon and the rest of us trying to look like we knew what we were doing. As the weeks went by, it became clear that the professionals weren't improving much, but our own performances were becoming increasingly theatrical. On the final day of our collaboration, the theater troupe decided to put on a show, and they asked Tim to play the lead role. As he stood there on stage, basking in the spotlight, he delivered the most dramatic line of the evening: "To be or not to be, that is the question." Just then, Gary, unable to resist, shouted from the audience, "The answer is not, Tim. Acting's not your thing." And that, my friends, was the last act of our book club's theatrical chapter.